In this segment, I'd like to continue our discussion of intervals. We've learned unisons or primes, seconds, thirds, fourths, and fifths. Now I'd like to talk about sixths and sevenths and octaves. So let's start here and talk about how we form a sixth. So a sixth is going to look like this. And it's just to refresh your memory, a second goes from a line to the next space, a fourth goes from a line to the next space here, and a sixth goes from a line to the next space here. So 2, 4, and 6 all have line to space or space to line. I find that kind of easy to remember if I can think 2, 4, 6, and they go, I think of this as being a bit asymmetrical, line to space, or, I'm sorry, space to line, or line to space. Okay, that's how we form a sixth. A sixth is going to sound like this. Some of you may have heard that tune related to My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Okay, so there's your sixth. Now the way we would put that into our hand would probably be 1, 5. And 1, 4 is a little bit of a stretch. You can do that, but 1, 5 is probably going to be the smoothest way to play that. Again, just to review, if we stack them on top of each other, we're making harmony, so those are harmonic intervals. If we play them separately, and we can make them descend as well, that would be melodic. Okay, so there's a sixth. Now a seventh is going to be a little bit more symmetrical in terms of space to space or line to line. So here you have your third, here, your fifth, and your seventh. So a seventh is going to have that nice symmetrical look, space to space. Not necessarily a pleasing sound. Sometimes a seventh can sound pretty tense or pretty dissonant. Okay, but let's raise this a little bit, and we're going to come, if we were doing a third, it would be here, a fifth here, and a seventh is there. If we put them on top of each other, we make a harmonic interval. Let me move this guy so he's out of the way. Okay, and generally to fit that into your hand with a seventh, you will play 1 and 5. 4 is a pretty big stretch, and then 3 you really have to start twisting your hand around. If I were to do this here, you can see how I'd really have to twist my hand to play with 3, and we want to avoid that twisting if we can. So that's how sixths and sevenths look, and just really quickly, let's do an octave. And an octave is always going to be that kind of asymmetrical feel of line to a space note. And remember, an octave goes from a note to the same note name. It's just 8 notes higher, or an octave. That one we will fit generally with 1 and 5 as well. If you have great big hands, you may be able to do 1 and 4 occasionally. We rarely do 1 and 3. I don't think we ever really do 1 and 3. So again, if we put them on top of each other, we have a harmonic interval. If we put them separately, we have a melodic interval. So that covers sixths, sevenths, and eighths, and we've now covered all of our intervals. I hope this will really help you in your reading.